Now, I'm very, very excited to first, before we get to our student presentations, I'm actually really excited because as a member of the Margo F. Souza Student Leadership Center, I have the pleasure of introducing to you our opening speaker, Margo F. Souza. And before we have Margo share her opening remarks, I want to tell you a little bit about Margo. Now, Margo F. Souza was the former president and CEO of Turlock Circle H Dairy Ranch, Inc. Her passion for leadership and desire to help youth led her to donate to our campus, UC Merced. Margo believes the Leadership Center will be the catalyst to guide students to become strong leaders and contributing members of society. And I do believe that that is what our center has become. Now, Margo is a sponsor of the UC Merced Leadership Conference, and without Margo's contributions, this event would not be possible. So I want to take a moment to thank you, Margo, for your dedication, your contributions, and your continuous support of not just the Margo F. Souza Student Leadership Center, but to the Central Valley, to student leadership, and to equity, specifically in the Central Valley. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Margo F. Souza.
Good afternoon. I just want to tell you, it's my pleasure to sponsor this conference every year. I was a first in the family to go to college, and I'm really aware that there's so many students on campus that are first in the family, and they need a lot of moral support. So I support that every year, and I love the campus. So you're so lucky to go to school there. There's just two things that I want to share with you that are really important. I think to continue with your, advancing your leadership on your journey, you really need to mentor others, or if you need a mentor to support you along the way, because that really is helpful. Because sometimes if you don't have support at home, it's helpful to have it on campus. And I understand the UC Merced has a good program. The other thing that I'm always promoting is networking. Because you're on the computer so much, it's real important that you every week meet a new person. And with that new person, ask them an open-ended question. And particularly when you see freshmen who are new and look kind of lonely and isolated, just go up to them and say hi and ask them just a question, and they'll probably tell you their life story. So anyway, I just want to wish you a wonderful conference. And I know you're going to be bigger and better leaders in the future. And when you leave campus, you're going to have to work with 5 generations. So you better learn to communicate with people of all ages. So thank you and have a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your words, Margo. And again, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for sponsoring the conference. And again, without your support, this conference would not be possible. And it's especially wonderful to actually have you joining us in this webinar tonight. I'm excited for these presentations. I'm excited for you to see them, because our student leaders, not only have they been engaged in leadership during their time here at UC Merced, but they've taken the time to prepare for us their stories, what they've learned about leadership, and share strategies that they use when it comes to leadership. Now, before we get started, I do want to acknowledge our incredible planning committee. The Leadership Conference, it's planned by a committee of individuals who are extremely dedicated and work year-round to make the conference happen. So I do want to take a moment to share their names and thank them for their dedication. Emily Slocum, Animal Care Supervisor for DARS here at UC Merced. Elizabeth Lupi, Elizabeth is a UC Merced alum, Employer Relations Manager, Center for Career and Professional Advancement. JJ Julian, also UC Merced alum, Interim Director for Alumni Relations. Alejandro Delgadillo, Associate Director for Educational Equity and Access at the Calvin E. Bright Success Center here at UC Merced. And Janet Norio, Chair of the 2021-2022 Souza Leadership Center Student Advisory Board. Thank you to our committee.